Hi, I'm Claudia Brown Coulter with Pivotal Peace. I am your IEP coach, far more interested in educating you as parents and equipping you than I am about filing for due process or filing state complaints. This is a place where you can come and learn and ask questions so that you can go to the IEP meeting yourself and be your child's best advocate. There are three things that every parent should bring to an IEP meeting, whether it's your first one or your 15th. It doesn't matter. There are three things you should be bringing. Number one, bring a written list of concerns and goals. IEP meetings go quickly. Sometimes they don't go quick enough. You've been in those IEP meetings that last forever. But that information, it just flies. And there's so many acronyms and all this data. It is hard to keep track. So bring a list of concerns and goals. If your emotions run high, all thoughts leave your head. So have them written down. These are specific concerns that you want to see addressed. It could be reading. It could be social skills. It could be sensory needs. It could be the thing you're trying to phase out a certain support person. It could be that goals you want adjusted. You don't have to write the IEP goals. That's not your job as the parent to write the IEP goals. No, but you might have things that you want to be adjusted, or you might have questions about these goals. And then any questions you have about past goals and past services, and if you get a copy of the draft IEP, any questions you have about proposed changes. I would also say when you have your written list, save room to write more, because it's very likely that questions are going to come up. You are not going to be able to listen fully if you're trying to maintain the thoughts in your head. So write them down. Wait, they want to phase them out of speech? I'm not sure. Or they want to give them additional minutes? Ooh, I might be more restrictive. Let me ask about that. Write a note. If you can organize your list by topic, maybe it's academics, maybe it's behavior, maybe it's questions about communication, all the better. That's going to make it easier for you to follow. It can be easier for them to follow. If you're a little anal like me, sometimes I make a grocery list based on the layout of the store if I'm feeling extra spicy, because I don't have time. So I'm going to run through this store and I don't want to backtrack. It's kind of like that. You have this list and you want to have it organized so you don't miss key points, because it's very likely you're going to ask a question or they're going to make a point and you're like, oh wait, that answered my question, or this question flows into this question. Great, you're not all over the place. 2, bring recent documentation. So if you didn't get a draft of the IEP, you got the old IEP you should be looking at. You should have progress reports, report cards, any emails from teachers, therapists, doctor's notes. If you did an independent evaluation, bring that. Any independent assessments, bring that data. Any log of behavior problems, incidents, maybe it's something that you kept at home, a log you kept at home of how many times your child did X, Y, and Z. Data is gold. This is not feelings. It's not subjective. It's not like I love my child and I want them to succeed. This is the proof that when I do this at home, this is how they behave. Why aren't you doing that at school? Or it could be that you're doing this at home and you're not seeing the same results that they're getting at school. How do you get them to do that when I can't get them to do that at home? That's so hard as a parent to ask that question, but ask that question. You're going to learn. You're going to learn. It's going to help. Ask that question. Well, how do you get them to do that there when I can't get them to do that with me? The answer might surprise you. So the more data that you're bringing is giving a fuller picture of who this little person is, this young person is. That's it. It's not about proving this or that, or I'm right and you're wrong. It's about, here's a fuller picture. This is the whole child. This is what their behavior is like when they are out in the environment and they're taking these experimental type classes outside versus being cooped up all day. Data. That's all it is. And number 3, bring a support person. You have every right to bring a support person. It could be your new spouse. It could be your child's other parent or your co-parent. It could be a friend or a relative. Maybe your mother-in-law is a special education teacher. Bring her, right? Somebody who knows the lingo and can help you figure out what's going on. It could be an IEP coach like me. You can bring an advocate who understands the system and can help you ask the right questions. When you bring support, it isn't to intimidate the other side. I'm bringing my lawyer, so you bring your lawyer. This isn't to intimidate the other side. This is support person for you so that you can make sure you're understanding things. You've got somebody there clarifying information that you can ask questions of, who's also asking questions for you, because you guys are, maybe you should kind of be in lockstep, but you've got 2 people to hear the same information, because you're not going to catch everything that's being said. They're going to hear one thing, you're going to hear something else, and you can get a fuller picture of what's actually being said. So when you bring someone in to these meetings, it's not about, I gotcha, school district. It is about, this is support for me, because I want to do my job as a parent and make sure that my child is getting the best support that they need. And I don't know everything. And no, none of us know everything, but this person's going to help me figure this out. So remember, the rest of the IEP team, they have a lot of expertise, a lot of education, a lot of years in the field. And when you're in a field for so long, you have all of that education too, just from being in the field. But you are very much a member of that IEP team, just like they are. And you know your child best. And that's what you bring to the team. So don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to bring that data, to bring that information about your child. They need that. You are making your child more human. You are letting them see how wonderful your child is, and that you guys are all on the same page, and that even if you're not on the same page, you guys are working as a team to get on the same page to get your child's needs met. So make sure you bring those 3 things. You want to make sure you have your written list of concerns, bring any recent documentation, and bring a support person. It is going to go better for you. You're going to feel more prepared. You're going to walk out of that meeting knowing you had your questions answered. You've got some thoughts that the team is thinking about. You've asked some thought-provoking questions, and you're adjusting things so that your child's needs are met. It's going to be a good day. You are empowered to do this. If you need support, if you need help, reach out. Let me know. I'm here to support you.